So with Money in the Bank just being a couple hours away, I thought it'd be the perfect time to give you guys my predictions for the full show, because this show is really unpredictable. A lot of these matches, there's not going to be like a clear-cut winner to most of them. So yeah, I thought I'd make a video about it. So it's all out the way. Let's get straight to it. So for the first match, we have Bron Breakker versus Sami Zayn for the IC title. In this match, I've seen a lot of people give a lot of different opinions, but for me, I have a hard time choosing this match. Like, if I had prediction points, I don't even know if I would even put more than one, because this match is going to be so hard to predict. But for me, I would just say Sami Zayn is going to retain, because I feel like WWE's going to do this thing where Sami Zayn is barely going to scathe by, and Bron Breakker's going to be so pissed off. He's going to tell Adam Pearce, I want a rematch. I had him beat, and that's going to lead to a match at SummerSlam, which would lead to Bron Breakker winning at SummerSlam. I feel like Bron Breakker winning at SummerSlam is like, I would rather prefer that than him winning at Money in the Bank. But the problem with that is that going to hurt Bron Breakker's momentum? Because Bron Breakker brings everything, like excitement, the energy, like something we haven't seen in a very long time from somebody on the main roster. He has like a big connection with the crowd. Everyone loves him, and he's been built up as like this monster who can pretty much take out anybody. No one can stop Bron Breakker right now, but we know that plays into the Sami Zayn character. What Sami Zayn does, he's like the underdog, and I get some people don't really like the underdog story for Sami Zayn, but guess what? That's what he does. So for how I see this match, I have Sami Zayn winning. If you want Bron Breakker to get some good heat, have him win in Canada. Have him beat down Sami Zayn, but you can also get good heat on Bron Breakker by have him like destroying Sami Zayn after the match, put him through like the announce table, do something, because Bron Breakker needs to walk out of Canada with some nuclear heat, because that's a great opportunity to get some heat over there in Canada. And for me, I expect this match to be match of the night. I expect this match to be really great, and some people have speculated, what if Sami Zayn loses? Could that put him back into the Bloodline story? No, I think the Bloodline story, I've said in past videos, I think it's going to take more time, because that's why I don't think they're going to throw everybody back in the story straight away. I think it's going to take more time for everything like to build back up. And for Bron Breakker, maybe we've seen these things with the young wrestlers where a lot of people say, oh, they have time. No, but Bron Breakker, he has it right now. Why not just give him the title? I know you want him to get more built up, but Bron Breakker has that thing to him. He has the it factor that not a lot of wrestlers have. So if Bron Breakker does actually win the IC title, no one really is going to complain about it. And a lot of people have made the comparison of him being Brock Lesnar of this generation. I really don't like making comparisons to a lot of wrestlers, but Bron Breakker, he can't be the next Brock Lesnar. If he destroys Sami Zayn, if Bron Breakker destroys Sami Zayn, just say in less than like 2 minutes, imagine what everyone's going to think of Bron Breakker then. Wow, I mean, who really can stop Bron Breakker then? No one can. So yeah, let's go to the next match. So for the next match, we have Damian Priest defending his World Heavyweight Champion against Seth Rollins. And this match has a lot of implications. If Seth Rollins loses, he can't get another World Heavyweight title shot when Damian Priest is World Heavyweight Champion still. He has to wait for him to lose the title. And if Damian Priest loses, he has to leave the Judgment Day. So the story of this match is Damian Priest now on the level of Seth Rollins? And we're going to have to see if he is, because most likely there's going to be some interference. Maybe Finn Balor comes out, but maybe Liv Morgan comes out, because I think it's more interesting. Like the both of them come out, you can tell more of a story if Liv Morgan helps Seth Rollins win, because that's going to sway Damian Priest more over to her side, because right now it's kind of been Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and everybody else has been like on Liv Morgan's side for most of this, like for most of the story. But for me, I would say Damian Priest is going to win this match, because he's going to benefit more from this, because if Seth Rollins wins, we know it's going to be the inevitable that the winner of this is going to lose to Gunther. And do you really want Seth Rollins to hold the title for a month? I get that Seth Rollins versus Gunther is like a big main event, like a big SummerSlam main event, but Damian Priest, I feel like if he wins against Seth Rollins, against another top guy, because he beat Jey Uso, big name in the company. He beat, who else did he beat? He beat Jey Uso. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking so hard. He beat Jey Uso. He beat Drew McIntyre. And if he beat Seth Rollins, those are like the three top guys on Monday Night Raw right now. Like three of the most popular guys on Monday Night Raw right now, just in WWE in total, in all of pro wrestling. So if he beats Seth Rollins, that's like another guy to put on his resume that just makes it feel more legit. And a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, Damian Priest's title reign really wasn't that bad. I mean, that Drew McIntyre win really solidified him as like not a phony champion, but if he beats Seth Rollins, that's going to make him feel like a real champion that a lot of people are going to say, oh, this title reign really wasn't that bad. And look, I'm just looking at my notes right now. I do expect Finn Balor to come out and try to help Damian Priest, kind of similar to what Damian Priest did last year. If you guys remember, last year at Money in the Bank, Finn Balor was taking out Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Champion. Damian Priest kind of came out and kind of messed up Finn Balor in his match, and I feel like you can kind of tell more of a story, like a full circle moment, if if Finn Balor comes out and try to help Damian Priest, I feel like we can tell a story like that once again. And to say if Damian Priest does win by the help of the Judgment Day and Liv Morgan, you know he's not going to be happy with that whatsoever. He's going to be more pissed off, and that helps build up the story for when something's actually going to happen at SummerSlam, because I do expect this story to kind of culminate. So Damian Priest getting turned on at SummerSlam. I do feel like Damian Priest will get turned on at SummerSlam after he loses to Gunther, because I feel like that's just the perfect time for it. But on to the next match. And on to the 6-man tag match, we have Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and Kevin Owens taking on the New Bloodline and Tama Tonga, Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu, or either Tonga Loa. I mean, there's like 4 choices. They could either pick 3, but for me, Jacob Fatu, he has to be the star of this show. I mean, it's like the Jacob Fatu showcase match. That's what I'm pretty much describing it as. And for example, I feel like the Bloodline have to dominate, because to build up like this mystique of them, oh, no one can really touch them. Okay, let's see. Let's have them go out and dominate the 3 top baby faces on Friday Night SmackDown and build up who can actually beat them. No one can. And you know what will make this feel any better? Will make this do better for like this whole storyline? If Solo Sikoa pins Cody Rhodes, that would be excellent. I actually do think Solo Sikoa should actually pin Cody Rhodes. Like, for example, Jacob Fatu's doing like all the dirty work, but then Solo Sikoa tells him, get out the ring, tags him in, and then pins Cody Rhodes. That builds up the match for SummerSlam, because that's most likely going to be the plan. And you could actually maybe get like the return of Paul Heyman there. I don't know, but for example, I want Solo Sikoa to actually pin Cody Rhodes. That's what I want to happen. And when I say that, I pretty much want the Bloodline to win the match. I feel like they need the win more than Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, and Kevin Owens. And on to the men's Money in the Bank match, we have Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Jey Uso, and Chad Gable. And this match is actually unpredictable, but for me, I only have like 3 main guys that can actually win this match. It's between Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, and Carmelo Hayes. And for me, I personally think it's going to be Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes fits the bill for what the Money in the Bank is supposed to be. Elevate the younger talent, elevate like the mid-card talent into the main event scene. And Carmelo Hayes, you can make the argument, he's so young that it's like kind of similar to like a Seth Rollins situation, where he can be like this trash talker, kind of telling you guys, oh, I'm a cash in here, I'm a cash in there. But hell, maybe he cashes in that WrestleMania, because I do feel like Carmelo Hayes is the future of Friday Night SmackDown. That's what he's gonna be. And with him being the Money in the Bank, I don't care if he's young. I don't care what other people are saying. Oh, yeah, he has more time. No, I don't really care about that. I feel like Carmelo Hayes, him winning the Money in the Bank is like the perfect time right now. Because just think about it, in a year, Cody Rhodes, is he still going to be World Heavyweight Champion? I wouldn't mind seeing Carmelo Hayes, because you already have that story there of him challenging Cody Rhodes on his first day there, like on the draft. Remember, he challenged Cody Rhodes there, so you kind of already have a story there. And moving on to like Jey Uso, he's already on the cover, and Yeet in the Bank, kind of similar to Him in the Bank, where Carmelo Hayes would sell a lot of money. Jey Uso, argument that I made to him not winning the match is because, oh, he might get pulled into like Bloodline story. Maybe the Bloodline screws him at Money in the Bank, since they're going to be on like the same card. And I don't know about that. I do think there's a lot of chance, 50-50, because the Bloodline can come in and still screw him. But Jey Uso winning Money in the Bank, I don't want him getting pulled in the story so fast. I feel like WWE has shown that they can take more time, but build more expense for like the story and everything that's going on. So Jey Uso winning Money in the Bank, being his own man, because he's been main event Jey Uso, but hasn't really done anything to back that up. I mean, besides beating Ilya Dragunov, and besides being a couple other guys, he really hasn't done that much. So Jey Uso getting the actual win for it, getting Yeet in the Bank, I wouldn't mind seeing it, because Jey Uso's so damn over. He's one of the most over stars in the company. I don't really care about his moveset, him only having like a couple moves. Jey Uso is over. He has that star power. And a lot of people have been saying, when is Jey Uso, are WWE actually going to push Jey Uso into like the actual main event scene? This is the time to do it. But one thing I've been saying is Gunther's most likely going to hold the title for a very, very long time. And the only way I see Jey Uso cashing in on him is like him actually announcing the match beforehand. And I don't know about that, but the other guy, the last guy, Drew McIntyre, there's a lot you can do with Drew McIntyre winning the Money in the Bank, but there's like devil advocate to it, because if Drew McIntyre wins, he did say he's going to walk out of Toronto whatever a champion. So if Drew McIntyre does win Money in the Bank, he's going to cash in. And I could maybe see him winning the World Heavyweight Champion, but I could actually see him getting screwed once again by CM Punk. And a lot of people have been saying AJ Lee, because WWE's been posting like stuff about her on like the YouTube page, and like Drew McIntyre's been holding the bracelet with like the dog, CM Punk, and AJ's name on it. So to say, imagine this scenario: AJ Lee comes out, while Drew McIntyre is on the Money in the Bank, pushes him off, and Drew McIntyre once again gets screwed. That just builds the story up even more. And who wouldn't be opposed to seeing AJ Lee coming back? I highly doubt it, but maybe it does. Maybe it does happen. But for me, this Money in the Bank could have a lot of winners to it. For example, I don't see LA Knight winning because he's in that whole story with Logan Paul. And if it should have happened, it should have happened last year. And I expect him to win the U.S. title at Money. I do expect him to win the U.S. title at SummerSlam. And for Chad Gable, the Wyatt Six, I expect him to probably come out and screw him even more. He's probably going to run away. And who else? Oh, Andrade, no. Andrade, that probably would be a wild swing pick, but I don't think anybody has Andrade winning the Money in the Bank match. So for me, I do have Carmelo Hayes winning Money in the Bank. I feel like it's just the perfect time. Onto the women's Money in the Bank prediction. So for the women's Money in the Bank match, we have Chelsea Green, we have Zoe Stark, we have Io Sky, we have Lyra Valkyria, we have Naomi, and we have Tiffany Stratton. And it's pretty much only down to two people. It's either between Chelsea Green or Tiffany Stratton. And for me, for the most part, I think it's going to be Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton has that it factor to where WWE's been pushing her. She's already been in some big matches, for example, at in France, and the thing in Perth, in the Elimination Chamber. Tiffany Stratton is so damn over with the fans. She has the moveset. She has the personality. She pretty much has everything to win the Money in the Bank. But for Chelsea Green, just playing like devil's advocate, for example, for Chelsea Green, Money in the Bank should be elevating like the mid-card wrestlers into the main event scene, and Chelsea Green fits the billing to win Money in the Bank. And I honestly wouldn't be opposed of either two winning, but for me, Tiffany Stratton winning Money in the Bank would just be amazing. It would just be amazing. So yeah, those are my predictions for Money in the Bank. And what do you guys think of this whole match card? What are some matches you are excited for? And who do you guys have winning the men and women's Money in the Bank match? So with all out the way, it's been your boy Lancey. Peace out.